Hey, what's up? This is Doc Coyle from the band Bad Wolves, and you're listening to Epic Footnote.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Tell the Truth and a Lie. I'm Matt.
And I'm Zach.
If you haven't joined us, this is our second of 2 interview shows that we do, and this is actually a really fun episode that we've got here. You obviously clicked on the picture. You know who we're talking to, but Zach, give them a rundown. Who do we talk to?
Well, we are talking to the one and only Doc Coyle. You might know him from his days in God Forbid, but he's gone on to some really great success with Bad Wolves, as well as his own podcast, the X-Man Podcast, which, if you haven't listened to it, maybe listen to the rest of our episode, but please go listen to his as well, because he has some really great conversations with musicians from all different bands.
I was surprised with some of the people who he interviewed. He did a lot. He does a lot of interviews.
Oh, he's a go-to person, and I mean, when you talk to him, you realize why people are so comfortable talking to him. And I especially loved playing a good old-fashioned game of Two Truths and a Lie with him, because he made it clear he actually kind of hates lying to anyone. He's an honest guy, but I think he got into the groove of it. And it's funny, playing this game with musicians, I always love that even with the lie that our guests tell us, we do end up finding out something new or interesting that I think neither of us found out either. It's not always a complete lie. And that was definitely the case here. And, it definitely involved a lot of musicians or a lot of bands he's filled in for on the road. It's a testament to how great of a musician, as well as a person, Doc Coyle is, that a lot of these bands are like, hey, we need some help on the road. We need someone to fill in on this tour. Are you available? That they go to Doc. And we're talking about big names. And not only Lamb of God on Earth, but also Metallica, even, like when it came to Kirk and Robert's cover band, the Reading Band, the fact that they went to Doc is a statement. And I don't want to spoil anything, but there was one particular new metal band that he almost played with that he revealed during this game that I'm just still kind of like, wait, what?
You'll never believe what's behind the curtain.
What? But you know what? I think we teased this episode enough. Sit back, enjoy. Let us know what you also thought of this episode on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Epic Footnote. Let us know if you were able to guess the lie before Matt or I did. But let us know what you think. And also tell us who else you want us to talk to on these episodes. We want to just talk to more people. We want to make sure that you're actually interested in who we talk to. Maybe that's a crazy concept. I don't know. But sit back, enjoy part 2 of our chat with Doc Coyle, and see if you can guess which 2 are the truths and which one is the lie. Thanks, everyone.
See ya.
I'd like to segue into our segment, Tell the Truth and a Lie.
Yes.
Now, this is essentially where we give you permission to lie to our faces. We're going to ask you to share 3 things with us. 2 are actual facts about your career, and then 1 is a lie that some fans might have found first hearing going, that sounds real. So you'll share those 3 in any order you want, and then Matt and I are going to put on our detective caps and ask you some questions to try to figure out which one is the lie.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, start sharing.
So one of these, now I feel like one of these, I feel like one of these is like a fact about myself. It's not really we'll
it's
see.
Fine. Yeah.
All right. I have toured with every Big Four band and have gotten to play on stage with a member from every Big Four band.
Ooh.
That meaning Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, and Slayer.
And Anthrax?
Anthrax, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Anthrax. Okay. Second one. Howard Jones from Killswitch Engage once told an entire audience to yell, "Fuck you, Doc," at me while I was watching from the crowd. And we got into a wrestling match after the show.
Okay.
I once filled in on guitar for Slipknot for Jim Root, but I had to play behind the stage because they usually don't have fill-ins.
Wow. So let me ask you, I want to start with Slipknot for a second. Were you were behind the scenes? Did you have to wear any sort of uniform or anything to kind of help cover up the fact that you were
No.
essentially performing? No, you were just backstage regular.
Yeah, you with in-ear monitors.
How was it? Just one show?
It was a few shows.
It was a few shows.
Yeah.
How recently?
This was last year?
Okay, so really recently.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Did you have to use their gear, or did you bring your own?
Use their gear.
You use their okay.
Yes, it's easy.
You got to cover it up as much as possible. All right. Going over to, I just want Howard Jones getting a whole crowd to chant at you to be true. Was this in Jersey? Or
No,
is
this
this
is
on
in
the road?
the UK.
Oh, in the UK. So it was a fun accent that everyone's cursing you out. I like that.
How did you guys start wrestling?
I'm pretty sure I was busting his balls about what him calling me out, because I kind of hurt my feelings,
Oh, really?
And, yeah, I was like, and I was probably drinking, and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how, because he would grab me, and then I ended up almost flipping him over me. It was very weird. I have very little recollection of it, where I'm like, damn, I must have been fucked up.
So this was not a fun. It's
I think it started that way. I think it was and then when I flipped him over, he got a little mad. He's like, he didn't realize I was you don't be fucking with Doc Coyle. You don't be fucking with Doc Coyle, all right?
What were you guys doing in the UK? I mean, obviously they were playing in the UK, but what were you doing in the UK?
We were on the tour. It was
that's okay.
New Wave American Heavy Metal tour. It was Killswitch, Chimera, Shadows Fall, and that was the tour.
Gotcha. Okay, so I guess I was confused because when you said you were in the audience, so it was after your set. Okay.
Yeah.
Now going to the Big Four, I mean, we talked about how you gotten to play with Kirk and Rob and Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Who from the other bands did you share the stage with? I have
on stage playing with them. I played with
playing with them directly, because I have no doubt that you've actually played on the same bill as each band. Extensive.
I played with Joey and Frank at Shiprocked last year.
Okay.
I played with Dave Lombardo at the Dime Bash same year.
Okay.
Played obviously with the Metallica guys.
Mm-hmm.
And am I missing anything? Anthrax? Yeah, that's it, right?
Who from Megadeth?
Oh, Dave. I played with Dave Ellison on Shiprocked as well.
Okay.
Okay, nice. So obviously I gotta imagine playing with Kirk and Rob tops all of that, but out of the rest of those jams, who was the most fun to jam with?
I really liked we did what Anthrax song we did. I forget the name of it. Antisocial. The song is just sick.
Great song.
It was just really fun to play, and Joey's just the sweetest dude ever. He's just a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of his voice. I mean, listen, all of it was sick. I mean, the Lombardo thing, I actually played a Suicidal Tendency song, so it was with.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
With what's his name from Suicidal, the singer?
Psycho Mike.
Yeah, Mike Weir, Rod Diaz, their bass player, and then Scott Ian played.
Oh wow.
Played rhythm guitar. So I just felt like that was kind of a flex, the fact that that he put me on that. So
that is really, really cool. And also Ellefson said, we actually just recently spoke to Ellefson, and he's such a down to earth guy. So I'm sure that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Matt, any other questions? Or I think I'm ready to make my guess.
I think I'm ready too. I'm dwelling on one, and everything else sounds like it kind of checks out. I think I'm ready.
You think you're ready? I have a feeling you didn't get the jam with Ellison. I have no doubt that you've played on the same stage as all four bands, but something about that, maybe partially because I hope that something about you and Howard Johnson having a wrestling match backstage.
Actually, that was the one I was going to pick, is Howard Jones. I don't know. There's something.
Howard Jones.
It just sounds like there's a lot of missing details, and covering it up by saying you're drunk is pretty good.
Oh, well, so Doc, which one is the lie?
The Slipknot one.
Oh, man. You
know what's funny about that too? I was like, I actually looked up when Jim was out. And I actually you almost got me on the year, because it was actually back in Mayhem Fest years ago that he was out. So I actually totally screwed up my lie, because I'm not good at lying. I don't like it.
I don't know.
But the thing is, actually, the part that's true is a few of my friends have done that.
See, and that's the thing. I feel like it doesn't surprise me that at first it sounds so crazy because you'd think, oh, of course we'd find out that Doc Coyle filled in behind the scenes. But like at the same time, I'm sure they keep a lot of things close to their chest.
But you know what's funny is the reason why I thought of that is I had a real story where I almost filled in for Limp Bizkit.
Really?
Wow.
Okay, I'm sorry. You have to share that. How did that come about? And what stopped you from that?
Well, sometimes you just don't. I just basically didn't get the call, but
Gotcha.
I woke up, it was like, I'd been in LA maybe, like I said, pretty early on. And I got a text message from Mark Morton from Lamb of God. And he goes, hey, you should be expecting a call from Fred Durst.
That's random.
Wait,
like, what?
out of all the people, it was Mark Morton from Lamb of God.
So
Wow.
he tells me, he says, Limp Bizkit asked me to fill in for them on this one show in like the Philippines or somewhere. It was just one show.
Oh wow.
And I'm just like waiting for this call. I'm just like, because you understand, you know how excited I would be to do this shit? Like how much of a fucking just put it on your resume. Like I filled in for Limp Bizkit, how sick it would have been. So I never got the call. And he would check in. He's like, yo, did he call? Did he call? I'm like, nope, still waiting. And here's what's even funnier. About maybe a year, not even a year after that, maybe 6 months after this, that he told me this, I run into Fred Durst at a bar in Sherman Oaks in the Valley. I roll up on him. I was like, hey man, you don't know me, but Mark Morton hit me up and said that you were looking for a fill-in and that I was the one. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I do remember you. He's like, yeah, but we just ended up getting someone else. I forget who they got. I think this guy, Mike Smith, who like filled in for Korn and stuff. They got someone they like knew. 9 times out of 10 is the way it's gonna happen. But we were chatting. He gave me I have Fred Durst's number. Should we call
Holy
him?
crap.
Yeah,
let's bring him on.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, he was super cool and he totally knew who I was. So I know that it was a possibility. It just didn't happen.
That's so wild.
That's really cool.
So
yeah, I've had a few situations like where I almost filled in for someone,
Obviously, I gotta imagine Limp Bizkit's the wildest one. What would you say is the second wildest almost fill-in scenario?
I mean, none of it's too wild. There was this rapper named Rico Nasty who played Coachella. Yeah. I guess that's pretty wild. Where I could have had the gig, but I just couldn't do it. It was bad.
Oh wow!
I was semi asked about doing the Suicidal Tendencies gig that Ben Wyman got.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Dudes from Killswitch told me when Peter, I think was it Peter Witchers that filled in? No, it was who filled in for them? Pat Lackman filled in back in 2006. Okay. I went to the gig and Mike D was like, man, we wanted you to fill in, but you guys had tour dates. I was mad as hell. I was like, God damn it.
Oh, man.
Machine Head asked me to fill in on bass one time. But same thing, I was on tour, so I literally could have played for every who did I filled in for? I filled in for Darkest Hour, Lamb of God, Trivium. Can't think of anyone else.
Do you have
On Earth?
Was there one fill-in time that you filled in that it went so well that you almost was starting to imagine, man, maybe I could be a permanent member of this band? It's going that well. Or did you always kind of go in there knowing I'm doing a favor for my friends, I'm just having a fun experience? And
definitely playing with Lamb of God. There were other times when Mark couldn't do shows. They ended up getting Paul Wagner from
Between the Bear and Me.
Between the Bear and Me. Why did I say Baroness? You're right. Yeah. Between the Bear and Me. Another B band. And he's super sick. Part of me was a little hurt, but I started to realize what they did. So on that, when I filled in for Mark, Buzz on Earth filled in the Europe tour, and I filled in the U.S. part of the tour. And when Paul did it, and they announced it, I was like, oh, we have these fill-ins. And what I realized is at a certain point, they didn't want to make it a thing. And Paul, with his hair down and a beard, he kind of looks like Mark.
Oh my! Now that you mention it, yeah, he does.
Here's the thing: he's way sicker than me, so he probably played the songs better too. But I think they just wanted to have someone fill in and have it not really be a story.
No, that's fair.
And he probably sounded better than me. Well, and they're well, he's also good and you're okay. So just relax, Doc.
Well, then that's why, like, when you mentioned stuff, I was like, you know what? Okay, all right, that kind of adds up. Is there, out of the big four bands, is there a member from one of those groups that you've yet to jam with that you'd love to just play with at some point?
I gotta go through. I mean, gotta play with Hetfield. I mean,
Yeah.
Just because he's the rhythm guitar player god, and I just want to if I can lock in with Hetfield once, it'll be sick. Mustaine. I got to hang out with Mustaine a couple times on the tour. I was super intimidated. Awesome. He's super intimidating. I bribed him with the donut, and he invited me in, and he was super chill. And
I'm just picturing you like slowly coming up as if you're like on that Discovery Channel, like trying to pounce on your prey with a donut. It's like, hey, Mustaine, do you want this chocolate glaze? And
here's one. It was literally like a pink like Homer donut.
Oh, well, then you have to.
Really good. It was like my girlfriend got me all these donuts for my birthday, and she sent them to me. And like I think we're in the UK, we're somewhere in Europe, and I told him, I was like, I got some donuts coming. I love donuts. And he's like, I'd like one of those. And I was like, this is my way in. Because the thing is, listen, you're gonna hang out with like famous kind of people at a certain level. You can't come empty-handed. You can't just come with your personality.
You have to bring this.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, and he really liked the donut, and it was super cool. So and cool. I pitched him on an idea. So I was like, all right, you got Megadeth beer, right? You got Megadeth wine. Okay. No one in the band drinks, by the way. It's hilarious. Yeah. He used to, but since he got cancer, he can't drink. At least for now, I don't know. But anyway, I got something for you. All right. Sitting there. They're just waiting to give you their money. All right. Mustaine champagne. Boom. I'm like, come on. You got to Absolute Le Monde. You know the French.
Yeah. How's that not been made yet?
He kind of laughed it off. I was like, listen, don't leave that money on the table. All right.
So in a year when they release Mustaine Champagne, are you going to just like call up Megadeth's manager? Like, what the hell?
Nope. Here's what I say.
That was a gift.
Ideas are cheap. Following through and doing the thing is actual work. If I'm all about, I want to give someone an idea, just let them run with it. I don't need no money. You put it out in the universe, it'll come back. You just put it out.
Fair.
Straight.
What a great way to look at it.
Damn straight.